What is your opinion of California sober? Well, first of all, my definition of sobriety is being 100% free of any mind altering substance. Because for me, transfer addiction is a real thing. Any substance I have ever used, from drugs in the early 2000s, clean off drugs, to addiction to alcohol later on, I have always abused it. I've never been able to use any kind of substance in moderation. So I know for me, gardening wouldn't work, because it would just be a matter of time before I would abuse that. I would tell myself, "Oh, well, I'm only gonna use it at night," and what would be 8 o'clock would turn into 5 o'clock, would turn into 2 o'clock, would turn into all day, would turn into wake and bake, and so on and so forth. Because if the substance can be abused, if it gives me a feeling of escape, just a euphoric feeling, anything, judging by my track record, and I have the receipts, I'm going to abuse it. So for me, California sober isn't truly sober. But I do understand that gardening does have its benefits for people. I understand it has a lot of medical benefits. It helps people with anxiety, depression, sleep, chronic pain. So I understand it has its place, and I think it is a much better alternative to alcohol by far. Typically, people under the influence of gardening aren't out doing stupid things with lasting consequences. But one thing I have seen is that people who have an issue with alcohol, they use THC to get off of the alcohol. Then THC becomes the same crutch that alcohol was, but it's just a different substance. So my thought is, at what point do we deal with those things that we're trying to escape from, instead of just escaping, and then we're never truly dealing with those things? We never find resolve in those areas. But it can be a hard case to make, because then it's like, well, what about harm reduction? What about MAT treatment? What do you consider that sober? Methadone, Suboxone, all these other things. So, like I said, for me it's a no, but for the person out there that was on the streets doing hard stuff, using substances that you don't really know what's in the substances, if gardening gets them away from all that and keeps them safe and can spare their life literally, then that works for them, and that can be their definition of sobriety. I'm not gonna stand on a soapbox and tell them that I think they're wrong. And side note, I was on Suboxone for 2 years because of an opiate addiction, and it 100% helped me. It saved me. And that's all the more reason for me why any kind of substance is a hard no.